What's up, everybody? We are here. Well, I'm here this week to watch some TNA wrestling with you, and I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a good night tonight. Hopefully, we hear from Matt Hardy about his return. I know that there have been some interviews that he's done recently in terms of what his status is. So that will be interesting to hear if he's there tonight. Um, I have a question for all of you that watch on YouTube. Is this week's episode showing up for you? Because right now it's not showing up for me. I'm a little scared about that. Could be a very uneventful watch along if I don't have the show to watch. So yeah, I'll keep I'll keep an eye out to see if anyone in the chat can tell me if they found it. Maybe I just need to log out and then log back in. But yeah, happy to be with all of you this evening. And I guess I'll bring myself on screen now. So hello everyone. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. We always appreciate your support, and that means a lot to us. So just know that we greatly appreciate you, and thank you for being here this evening with me. So, like I said, tonight it's just me. So um, I'm gonna have to rely on all of you to kind of be my co-host here tonight. So I'm gonna bounce a lot of things off of you, a lot of questions during the show, and get your thoughts on how things are going, and really have everything be interactive this evening. Um, so yeah, that's it. Um, okay. So James said, "Yeah, it's up," and then Barry Monkey says, "No, just look. I can't see it on YouTube either." Um, so yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna go out and then go back into YouTube to see if that works. Derek said he'll bring the nasty. I'm sure you will, Derek. I'm sure you will. That I don't doubt. Yes, it is great that Steve Macklin re-signed with TNA. We got that news at Rebellion, um, and Mike Santana showed up, and that was a really good match. That was something that I didn't see happening. I knew Santana was out there in terms of being a free agent, but I didn't know where he'd end up. I knew that I knew that he'd be somewhere soon, but I didn't know if it'd be MLW or what the relationship was there, or if it'd be TNA. But really happy that he's back, and he's got a match this evening that we're going to talk about shortly. So I'm going to do things in reverse this evening. So instead of waiting until close to showtime, I just want to go ahead and ask you all, what did you have for dinner? What did you have to eat today? Um, Let us know. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Doesn't matter. Just let me know. Even snacks. Let us know. I had, and for anyone up north that's from up north, I apologize. I had what New York calls a fish fry. Um, it's a good place. No disrespect there, but it's not the kind of fish fry that I'm used to down south. So I'll just say that. James says cottage pie. James, can you tell me what's in cottage pie? Because it sounds delicious. Derek saying Philly sliders and fries. Brandon saying a turkey wrap and sweet potato fries with honey. That sounds good. Oh, Derek. Um, Trevor, if you're watching on Access, you're ahead of us. So we're watching on YouTube, which doesn't start until 8:30. So you might be ahead of us right now. So just be mindful of what you share. Um, let's see what else. Damien saying I just had some baked tilapia rice with a can of fruit punch. Oh, Arizona fruit punch. That does sound good. Yeah, Brandon, that was a pretty sad video, but I hope he goes back to TNA as well. So, um, okay, you found it, but you had to. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can find it. I'm looking here. I'm looking. Um, let's see. James giving me the recipe saying beef mince and gravy with peas and carrots topped with mashed potatoes. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds good. I might have to look up a recipe. Barry Monkey let me know that he found it. Thank you, because I have still not found it, and yeah, this is this is kind of crappy. It's okay to have. There we go. I think I found it. Found it. All right, we're in business. We're in business. Just wasn't in the place that I'm used to. So, all right. Andrea saying I had Eggo, scrambled eggs, orange juice, and turkey sausages for breakfast this morning. That sounds really, really good. That sounds really good. Um, I'm normally not a breakfast eater. Um, I do love a good breakfast though, but I'm just not typically a breakfast person most times. But Brandon saying triple cheese nacho platter as a part of the NFL draft. That's right. NFL draft is going on tonight. I know Tazzy is doing a watch along for that. So, if you pop in and out, support Tazzy, that's cool. That's what we're about, supporting one another. So, um, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens in the draft this evening too. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. Just a lot. Hassan saying meatloaf, vegetables mix, and macaroni salad. That sounds good. Sounds good. I got it, James. I was thanks to Barry Monkey's advice, I was able to make it and find what we needed to find. So, um, Barry saying I made battered cod, chips, peas, and curry sauce. That sounds good too. Um, I had some fish as well. I had fish, fried fish, scallops, clam strips, and shrimp. That's kind of a like a platter from that place that I was telling you about. But it's really good. It's just not what I'm used to being a southerner. Yeah, Hassan mentioning the NFL draft, WWE draft. Lots going on this weekend. John G eating sandwich. Um, and then pizza. Oh, okay. Cool. Um, I hope Tony Khan sold that from last night to the draft. You know what? If they show Tony tonight, I'd be disappointed if he didn't have a neck brace on. I really would. I expect nothing less at this point. Um, I guess let me ask you that, because for me, I'm gonna kind of reserve judgment and comment until Sunday. Partially because I want you to come out Sunday and listen to our thoughts on that storyline and what happened on Dynamite and what happens tonight on TNA and what's been happening in WWE. We'll be here Sunday for Between the Ropes at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join us on Sunday. But I do want to get your thoughts. What did you think about how Dynamite ended last night? If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure you can find a clip of it real quick. But just yeah, let me know what you thought about it, and I'll read some of those comments out. You're too kind, Andrea. You're too kind. Um, James saying I'm having fish and chips Friday night. There you go. There you go. Saw that GYV is going to be appearing on AEW Collision. Okay, cool. They might have a per appearance deal in TNA. I know a lot of talent were starting to get on a pay per appearance kind of deal. Um, he was saying, "Don't get me started." I was wondering if someone was going to bring up the fact that Tony said he'd never be an on-screen character. goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Just work. But yeah, I was wondering if someone was going to bring that up about him saying he'd never be on screen. Um, but I mean, aside from that, if you want to call it hypocrisy, call it hypocrisy. But aside from that, what did you think of that? Did it get you interested? You know, it's got a lot of people talking. I can see that. Um, let's see. Jamie, stay ready. What's up? Uh, yeah, let me go through and welcome in all of you. Oh boy, that's not good. I just saw that. James. All right, let's see. I'll go all the way back. Not all the way back, but it's a lot. All right. So Christopher Jeremy, a member of our channel. Let me get my soundboard going here. Thank you, Jeremy. And my soundboard doesn't want to work. All right, that's fine. Just know I'm clapping for you, Jeremy. Thank you. Yes, Steve Macklin re-signed. Derek, James Chadwick, Christopher again, Andrea, John, Damian Robinson, Brandon Davey, Hassan, Eric Isaac. There's me, James Chadwick. Jahira, what's up? Bonus Baby, what's up? Barry Monkey in the house. Brandon Sandman, sorry. I'm jacking up people's names all night. All day really. Started at work. Hopefully you forgive me for that. Brandon Davey. Let's see. Getting back to the food. Trevor, what's up? Watching from YouTube. See Jeremy Bentley. How are you? Jamie, stay ready. Bonus Baby. James Chadwick mentioning the ratings from last night's Dynamite. Indie View Wrestling Bates. What's up, Johnny Bates? Yeah, so welcome everyone. Glad to see all of you this evening. And if you don't mind, while you're here, if you don't mind dropping a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when we have future content. And I will say that we have some clips that will be published very soon from our interview with Kyle Scarboro. I'm not sure if you had a chance to watch that or listen to that, but we had Kyle Scarboro on Abby's Abode on Tuesday, and it was an awesome interview. He showed a lot of art that was never before seen. So yeah, go check that interview out if you haven't had a chance. But we will be putting out some clips over the next couple days. So stay tuned for that. Hit that post notification bell so you can know when those videos are live. So now I said we were going to go in reverse and do the card a little bit closer to time for the show. So I'm going to put the match card up, and Joe is in the house. Joe is saying, hold on, let me get back out of here. Joe saying, hey, all, hope you all enjoy the show. Thank you, Joe. Bonus Baby saying, can we get the Carolina Caveman Trevor Lee back in TNA? Trevor Lee versus Speedball might. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I think I really want him back in TNA, and you mentioned so many of the matchups, and there are a lot more. So yeah, I'm really hoping that he lands back in TNA. So that's my hope. All right, so here's the match card for tonight. We have Mike Santana versus Myron Reed. So, since normally we kind of ask each other back and forth what we think, I'm just going to ask all of you, who's your pick to win this match? Let me know right now, Mike Santana or Myron Reed. Who's your pick? That should be a good match. That's all I know. Really looking forward to that. I put it in that spot for a reason because I kind of think they're going to kick off the show with that. But um, yeah, I think Myron Reed and Mike Santana might have match of the night. Uh, maybe there's some other possibilities, but that's my pick for match of the night for me. Just with what's on paper. Had to take a sip of my drink real quick. Um, let's see here. Heather, how are you? Have I missed food? Yes, but that's okay. We did it in reverse this evening, so I figured we'd go over the card a little bit closer to the show. Heather's saying we had homemade gluten-free sausage pizza. That sounds delicious, by the way. Everything sounds delicious tonight. So, Joe's saying, "Hey, I'll miss you guys. Thank you, Jeff, for doing the show. Much appreciated. Not a problem, man. I'm gonna do the best that I can tonight." Heather saying Santana, Damien saying Santana, John Kessler, um, Jamie Stay Ready says Reed, young goat. I agree. Myron Reed is so freaking talented. So would not surprise me in the least bit if they start to push Myron Reed a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, Mike Santana came in and had a heck of a match with Steve Macklin at Rebellion. So I think we're going to get a banger. That's what I think. I think we all win in this situation. Um, Barry Monkey saying, I really hope we get another women's match. Other than, yeah, I mean, again, I understand. Um, some folks aren't the biggest fans of Ash by Elegance, but yeah, I mean, hope we might get something impromptu. Never say never with TNA. Bonus Baby saying Santana. Quite frankly, I don't care who wins, but it'll be a banger. I agree. Brandon saying Santana. Blue Chew saying I hope TNA or anyone signs Danhausen if they'll use him. Yeah, I love Danhausen, so hopefully he'll start to be used more, or he can go to a place that uses him more. Um, would love to see him do more. That's just more Danhausen, please. That's all I can say. Uh, Indie View Wrestling saying Santana easy. Um, Also, Eric Young must be badly hurt. He pulled out of a July booking in Plymouth, England, shortly after Rebellion. Yeah, that bump looked nasty. That bump looked really, really nasty, and they did not land that the way that you want to. Those things happen, unfortunately, when it comes to wrestling, because I mean, we're not robots, so things are going to happen, unfortunately, at times. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Heather saying, "Yep." From what I heard, they had to sew the back of EY's ear back in. Yeah, I when I first saw it, I said, he looks like he got caught behind the ear. You could see it just pouring back there behind the ear. So yeah, it looked pretty bad. Let's see, Mr. Majestic. Before I get to that, did Nick have his shoulder up? You know what? That's the question of the night. Did Nick have his shoulder up? Let me know what you think. Yes or no. Nick had his shoulder up. Nick didn't have his shoulder up. Let me know your thoughts, because I think that should be a little controversial. That didn't look completely clean in terms of that win. So, all right, Mr. Majestic. Sorry. Any chance of Court Bauer merging his Major League Wrestling into Anthem Sports? And I don't know. Also, which show has more viewership? I don't know. I typically don't keep up with the ratings. I'll be honest, it's not something that not something I normally pay attention to. Um, I'll look at them from time to time if I see um like AEW, for instance. There was a point in time where they were like 600,000, and then they were kind of climbing up, and I was like, okay, here we go. They're hitting their stride now, and and then now seeing some dips back. That sometimes I keep up with trends, but it's not like I look at it often. But I don't know what the numbers are for TNA. I do not know. Someone in the chat, if that's your thing, if you keep up with it, let us know what those numbers are because I want to know. I'd like to know. Um, yeah, that. Oh, James saying it was gross. Um, let's see. Damien saying Nemeth versus Moose rematch next weekend at Under Siege. Oh, well, I mean, selfishly, I hope not because I'm not going to be there. But no, I think that's probably a logical step. I think we're probably going to see them all the way up to Slammiversary potentially, maybe even longer than that if they have someone kind of butt into the storyline um, between now and Bound for Glory. So I think there's a couple of different ways that they could go, but I don't think that'll be the last match we see between Nick and Moose. So um, James saying, it's bad if I say it's gross. Yes, yes. Brandon Davies saying, did they show Tony Khan in the draft yet? I have no idea. I'm not watching. Um, yeah, I'm not watching right now. Let's see. Jamie saying, can you picture a Khan versus Sami feud with the good hands of PCO? Oh my gosh, that would be intense. That'd be intense. All right, folks, the show is starting over here for me, so I will do my best to keep up with the play-by-play for those who don't have access to be able to watch TNA this evening. But like I said earlier, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Gonna do the best that I can tonight without Joe and without Tazzy. But yeah, drop a like on the video, hit subscribe if you like what you see and hear. If you're new to the channel, so welcome. And for all of our folks watching on X, watching on Facebook, uh, Twitch, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. James Chadwick saying, Jeff, MLW doing a show in NYC on August 29th. Yeah, I am interested in that, James. Thank you. Because I want to take my son to a show, to different shows, not just AEW, not just TNA, not just I want to take him around so he can see um, different productions, different levels, different things because he's really into wrestling. So I want him to learn as much as he can. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. So um, let's see. Heather saying, is the audio on YouTube messed up? I don't hear anything. No, I hear it, Heather. I'm not sure what's going on. I can hear it though. Brandon saying Matt Hardy is back. Yes, Matt Hardy is back. If you did not see Rebellion, Matt Hardy is back. Would not surprise me if Matt Hardy comes down to the ring this evening and discusses his plans in TNA Wrestling in 2024. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing more PCO too. I know people give him a hard time sometimes, but I like PCO. We need more PCOs in the wrestling business. So just saying. Um, Brandon saying Matt Hardy is back, baby. RK Shuttleworth saying Matt Hardy might open tonight. Yeah, I think he might open and let us know what his intentions are. So for sure. Bonus baby saying, speaking of Xia Brookside on the card, I wouldn't mind Xia Lee in TNA. I agree. I agree. I think it'd be a good opportunity for her to to continue to develop and get some confidence in what she's doing. I think TNA does a great job in giving wrestlers confidence, especially wrestlers who may have been cut or maybe haven't risen to a higher level in terms of stardom. They do a good job in instilling confidence in them and allowing them to kind of trust what it is that they're doing and try things, fail, try things again, see what works, and really lean into what works for you. Um, so yeah, it's I hope she does end up there. I really do. So they're in the Palms in Las Vegas tonight. So Nick Nemeth is coming out to the ring right now. Not necessarily dressed for a wrestling match, but the wanted man. So I'm wondering if he brings up the shoulder and the count. I'm wondering if that's gonna come up because I don't know if that was intentional. Uh, just a poor camera angle at the time. I don't know, but if it is a part of the storyline, I'll be interested to see how they work this in. Here we go. Crowd chanting his name. He's saying thank you. He's saying he appreciates it. So he's coming out there not like he thought he would be. Thought he was going to be the champion tonight. Says he has no excuses. Says he left it out there and he fell. He said he had his family there and it meant so much to him. And he didn't come through. Barry Monkey saying he was hoping they'd keep the purple ropes. Nick Nemeth saying he doesn't know what he should do. What will he do? That's what I want to know. What's going to happen? Says he doesn't need to know if he needs to train harder or watch more wrestling. Says he doesn't know what to do next. He feels broken inside. Matt Hardy, though. Matt Hardy's music hits. Matt Hardy's coming to the ring. Broken Matt Hardy is coming down to the ring right now. He's saying delete. So let's see if he's there to assist Nick in healing his brokenness. Thought it was interesting that he used the word broken. Hardy saying hello, everyone. He had a prolific premonition. Saying he hoped that Nick would have been the champion. Matt saying he watched the footage and maybe the people saw what he saw, showing the footage of Nick's shoulder being up. Mm. Matt saying it didn't look like an official pinfall to him. Saying broken Matt Hardy has returned to become champion of the world. He says he'll be the champion and not the mammoth known as Moose. But that brings out the system. The system is coming to the ring, holding all that gold. The champ coming down to the ring, Moose, flanked by Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers and Alicia Edwards. The system. Uh-oh. What's up, Conrad? How you doing, brother? Matt Hardy saying delete. Moose is talking that talk right now. He says it's not football. You can't challenge the play. Like you just got to deal with it. Nick saying, "Come say it to my face, not out there on the ramp." Eddie Edwards telling Nick that he's coming across as desperate and is sad. Telling him he looks and sounds pathetic. Wow. Ooh. He said he might not even. He said he thinking he would come to TNA to be the next Kurt Angle, but he might not even be the next Eric Angle. Tells Eddie that he's gonna beat the hell out of him now. Christopher saying, Jeff, how do you think Matt Hardy? Who do I think Matt Hardy um, would feud with first if it's not Moose? I'm thinking, why not Matt Hardy and Brian Myers? I know that's completely random, but why not? They're saying, I hope Lish is using a lot of double sided tape. Oh, goodness. So we're going to get the ballot box battle for the number one contender to Mustafa Ali's X Division Championship. Oh, all good, Christopher. I don't count off for spelling. Can someone be the number one contender to their own championship? What? Jordan Grace putting in a ballot. Jordan Grace talking to Santino. So who knows what will happen? So we've got Eddie Edwards against Nick Nemeth tonight. Sami Callihan going up against the good hands. Yes, that is correct. Um, we're about to see Myron Reed go up against Mike Santana. So this should be a good match. I think this could be the match of the night. But we got an interesting card tonight. I really enjoyed it. I know we were kind of going through it before and I got sidetracked, so I apologize. But Mike Santana versus Myron Reed. We've got the ballot box battle. Then we've got Sami Callihan going up against the good hands. We'll hear from Josh Alexander, Xia Brookside versus Ash by Elegance, and Nick Nemeth versus Eddie Edwards. Good card tonight. I think we're going to get some good matches, but this one that we're about to get right now, really looking forward to that. So, Heather saying, so who thinks Ali has stuffed the ballot box? I do. I think so. He might have stuffed it. PCO, they're showing when PCO showed up at Rebellion over the weekend and put down the good hands. Christopher is saying Mike Santana versus Myron Reed is going to be a great and physical match. I can't wait to see this. Let's go. That's right. Let's go. I'm excited to see this match. I know we had some folks telling us earlier who you had, but let us know again who you got. You got Myron Reed or do you have Mike Santana? Let us know. So what do we think the thing with Jordan Grace is about? Talking to Santino back there and putting that ballot in. What do we think that's all about? A Jobson says, "Hello, fellow insiders. My interview went well today with AT&T. I'm excited. Well, awesome news, A Jobson. Hope everything goes well, man. Thank you for joining us this week." Jordan Grace saying that was not something that she was used to. That match was wild. She says she's happy to see Sami back. Uh-oh. Wow. Yamashita versus Grace next week for the title. That's going to be pretty darn good. Mike Santana making his way to the ring. Yeah, Heather. Crazy. That's going to be really good. That's going to be a really good match. Mike Santana out there with the crowd before he gets into the ring. Yeah, Mike Santana has signed with TNA. Had a great match. Marvin Harrison Jr. went to the cards. Okay. Who I'm guessing Caleb Williams went first. There we go. We're getting the Rascals entrance Myron Reed making his way to the ring alongside Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. I agree, Conrad. That was a great pickup for TNA. Great pickup. Conrad, for folks who don't know a lot about Mike Santana, can you give a quick description of what kind of who he is in the ring and his style for those who maybe aren't as familiar? We're about to get into the match here. Myron Reed, Mike Santana, Zach Wentz already getting up on the ring apron. Myron Reed taking advantage of that, delivering some forearms to the back of Mike Santana, kind of antagonizing the crowd. Mike Santana, he he turns that around and knocked Myron Reed right to the mat. Big clothesline in the corner there from Mike Santana. Big splash and a European uppercut there. Myron Reed escapes out of the corner, lifts up Mike Santana on the shoulders, but Santana gets out of that, goes for a clothesline, but Myron Reed ducks under and then delivers a kick. Oh, cover here by Myron Reed, gets a 1 count. Uh, Conrad saying Mike Santana is an unorthodox wrestler. I think his best work is as a brawler. Highly recommend LAX versus LAX and LAX versus Lucha Bros and TNA. So there you go. Thank you, Conrad. I knew want to give you the opportunity to say that because I know some folks, I mean, have even hit me up saying, what do you know about Mike Santana? And I've explained, kind of he was unorthodox, but I wanted to get your thoughts too and get some match recommendations. So I appreciate that. Um, wow, they're out here on the ramp now. Rolling buck 50 there from Mike Santana delivered on the ramp. Now Mike taking out the rest of the Rascals on the outside of the ring. Just throwing caution to the wind, just saying, you know what, I got to beat all of you anyway, so it doesn't matter. Come on now, Conrad. Big 1, 2, 3. Mike Santana delivers that vicious clothesline and picks up the win over Myron Reed. So I got to ask, folks, where do you see Mike Santana? Where do you see him going in TNA? Well, Macklin wants to come down and I'm sure he wants to congratulate Mike Santana on his win. I'm sure that's what it is, right? So Macklin kind of instructing the Rascals here. They're surrounding Mike Santana. Oh, the Rascals played Macklin. They played him. So now Santana and Macklin are in the ring. Santana was about to deliver Another hellacious clothesline, but Macklin got out of there very wisely. Very wisely, he got out of there. So we're going to see a little bit more of Macklin and Mike Santana, and I like that. Mr. Majestic saying Mike Santana would be a great TNA digital media champion. Um, Conrad saying I see him in the world title mix. I agree. I think X Division to start out maybe, and then eventually get into that world title mix. I completely agree. I think he's gonna be great for the TNA roster. So many different matches you can have with a guy like him. Yeah, Steve Macklin re-signed. If you hadn't heard, re-signed with TNA. So another good thing for TNA over the weekend as well. Michael King, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Steph Delander and Big Con backstage. She said it was the Las Vegas screw job. Her against Jordan Grace. Uh-oh. What's up, Deanna? Big Con and Steph Delander versus Jordan Grace and PCO at Under Siege. It's a possibility. So we'll see here. Sounds good. Josh Alexander now coming out to the ring. Really curious what Josh is going to say after that. Um, Josh Alexander, just really curious to see what's going to happen with Josh. I know we talked a little bit about it. Under Siege is in Albany, Heather. Um, it's here next weekend. So yeah. I wish I could go. I'm not gonna be able to go, but um not this time around, but we'll go next time. Crowd chanting walking weapon. Yeah, next Friday, yep, May 3rd. Crowd chanting walking weapon. Saying I love you too, Las Vegas. Saying today is a good day. Says his heart beats and bleeds, and he bleeds for those three letters TNA. Crowd's got the TNA chant going. You know what? Let's get the TNA chant going in our chat, doggone it. Let's get some TNA chants. The walking weapon said so. So let's do it. Let's get some TNA chants. Now he's talking about his match against Hammerstone, saying that he was the last man standing. He says there's something he hasn't been called in a while. Said it's time that he's called TNA World Champion once again. Uh-oh. He was about to give the plan of what he was going to do. But Frankie Kazarian interrupts Josh Alexander. So Frankie Kazarian Frankie says you win one match and you think that qualifies you to be the number one contender. Oh, he's talking about how Frankie's talking about how he beat Eric Young. He deserves a shot. Oh, hey, there's a problem here. So Josh is saying, let's get to a solution. Let's have a match between the two of us to see who the number one contender is. It's very true, Heather saying Kaz didn't beat EY, dang near murderized him, unalived him. Frankie talking about how hurt he is. Josh really wants this match with Frankie. And Frankie really doesn't want that smoke. Frankie's saying that's what you idiots want talking to the fans. He said that doesn't work for me, brother, and gets out of the ring. Uh-oh, referee coming down. Apparently the referee saying no, this match is happening right now. So Frankie Kazarian and Josh Alexander will have a match right now. Even though Frankie said that doesn't work for me, and he's clearly not dressed for a match. So here we go, getting a match between Frankie Kazarian and Josh Alexander. Um, Andrea saying Trey Miguel will be the next TNA X Division champion. Conrad saying, "What Kaz? What in the 2010?" I know, right? Heather saying, "See, the pool is so big for Moose's title, and I'm still afraid Nick won't be able to work his way back up through the ranks." I Heather, I would say to you, the pool being as big as it is a good thing for Nick because I think I think he is going to have a showdown with the likes of a Josh Alexander, and I think that I do think he'll go over. I think Nick will be the champion before the end of this year, but I think going through kind of this gauntlet that they have going right now is only going to enhance his reign once he gets to that point. That's just my opinion, but I think he's going to be the champ at some point this year. Michael saying bunkhouse brawl. Yeah. Frankie's in jeans and Josh is in sweats. Ooh. Kazarian ducked that cross body attempt when Josh was diving to the outside of the ring through the ropes. Man, Josh landed kind of tough there on the floor. Well, they said we'd hear from Josh Alexander tonight. We've heard from him, and now Frankie Kazarian's hearing from him in the ring in a match that we didn't know we'd get. Frankie Kazarian going for the cover 1-2, but Josh kicks out. Yeah, they're saying, well, I hope you're right. I know I'm a total mark, but I've been a fan of Nick's for almost 20 years. So, hey, that's all good. All good. Um, all good. Um, Mr. Majestic saying sorry for saying this with this TNA Impact watch along. Congratulations to U.S. Army veteran Swerve Strickland on becoming the first African American male to capture the AEW World Championship. Absolutely. Congratulations. Well deserved, well earned by Swerve. He's worked hard for years to be where he is right now, and I don't think he's slowing down anytime soon. So absolutely, definitely want to highlight that. Normally, we try to stick to TNA or whatever, well, whatever we're watching, but that's worth an acknowledgement right there. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. So thank you for saying that, and that's definitely going to be mentioned on Sunday's show. So come out and watch that on Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Frankie going for a suplex here. Josh is blocking it. Frankie now delivering some shots to Josh's back. Fisherman suplex 2 count there for Frankie Kazarian. James Chadwick saying Sarah Rowe and Eric are expecting their second child. Congratulations to them. Ooh, what a shot there from Josh. Big chop from Josh, driving Frankie back to the ropes. Reversal here. Josh throwing him back into the ropes. Back body drop from Josh. Frankie feeling the effects of that one. Josh Alexander in control here. 2 count for Josh. Kick out by Frankie Kazarian. Thank you, A. Jobson, for making me hungry again. Um, Here we go. Josh was going for the C4, but Frankie hits a backstabber there, goes for the chicken wing. Does he have it locked in? Josh is fighting it. He's going to get that ankle, isn't he? Yes, he is. Smooth transition there into that ankle lock for Josh. Frankie trying to reverse it, trying to kick out and counter it. He does, gets the small package there. 2 count. All good, Marvin. Ooh. Oh, that DDT from outside of the ring. Frankie with the 1, 2, but Josh kicks out. Yeah, overdrive. These two had a match. That match was a banger too. That was a good match. Now that I'm thinking about it, Tom Phillips just brought that match up. Josh trying to get that C4. Frankie is fighting back though. Oh, big foot to the face from Josh. Josh off the ropes. Frankie scoops him up, slams him down. Frankie off the ropes. Uh-oh. Josh caught that ankle again. Heather bringing up that video that Cameron Grimes, Trevor Lee, formerly in TNA, put up on Twitter after being released this week. It was heartbreaking. But yes, I hope he ends right back up in TNA. I think he could do some great work there. I really do. Think it's all about opportunity and making the most of it, and I think that's what he'd do. when you're not given opportunity, it's kind of hard to create moments for yourself. So Josh with the slam and a pin, but Frankie kicks out at 2. Josh feeling the momentum right now. He's looking to turn things around and get control of this match. Looking to go for that C4 spike again. This has been a really good match, especially for it being impromptu. Slingshot cutter. Kaz with the pin. Oh, 2 count for Frankie Kazarian. Mr. Majestic, did you were you at Jackson? Were you at Action Jackson? Frankie bringing out the hardware here, a steel chair and a chain. But you can't use those tactics in this match. But he's got the chain and the referee is distracted. Eric Young comes in and grabs the chain, but Frankie hits the mat like he got hit by it. The referee thinking that Eric Young actually hit Frankie and Eric Young just got thrown from ringside. Uh-oh. Josh taking advantage, gets that ankle. He's in the center of the ring, and this is about to be a tap. And Derek is happy because they just got Michael Penix Jr., and he's going to be a stud in the NFL. Frankie Kazarian taps out Josh Alexander with the ankle lock, and the walking weapon wins. So I guess that means he is the number 1 contender now. I think. That was a heck of a match for it just to be a quick little we'll hear from Josh, and we end up getting a match out of it, and it was a good one. So kudos to TNA. Eric Young raising the hand of Josh Alexander at the top of the ramp, and Eric Young has his head bandaged, so looks like a legitimate injury. And like Heather said earlier, had to have his ear stitched back, basically. Hammerstone saying, let's go have a chat to Santino and Jake something. Oh boy. Hammerstone and Jake something. That's a fight I can get behind. Hammerstone shoves Jake something. Hammerstone versus Jake something at Under Siege. Whoa. Hammerstone, Jake something, Under Siege. Wow. AJ Francis and Rich Homie Swan. They got Bun B with them. UGK. Bun B is in the house. He's with AJ Francis and Rich Swan. And I got to make my way out to Vegas, I think, or wherever their Trill Burgers. I got to get me some Trill Burgers. So yeah. But yeah, Bun B is in the house with AJ Francis and Rich Swan. I got to get some Trill Burgers. If you've had some, let me know how they are. AJ Francis out there telling the crowd to make some noise. Introducing Bun B to the crowd. Crowd lets him hear a little bit of love, even though he's out there with AJ Francis. So only Houston, Conrad. Wow, AJ calling the crowd broke bums. I resemble that remark, AJ Francis. That one cut a little deep. I'm gonna have to make my way to Houston, Texas then. Xia asking Rich if his victory was tainted. He said he whooped Joe Hendry all up and down the casino. Saying that Joe Hendry learned to always put respect on first class. Yes, he is, Conrad. He's getting busy. I like this side of Rich Swann. Oh boy, Joe Hendry's music hits. Joe's missing out. Yeah, he does, Conrad. He looks like he's enjoying this. He's cutting loose. So Joe Hendry just showed up. Say his name and he appears. So hey, there he is. Crowd chanting, "We believe." AJ saying, "No, you don't." AJ saying, "We just left you laying in the middle of the ring. Do we have to teach you that lesson again?" Joe Hendry saying, "I'm not there to fight." Says because Rich beat him at Rebellion. He's not there to fight. Sean Merriman took his head off. He said post match he suffered a very serious groin injury. He said it humbled him. He said he owes them an apology. He says he's going to do it the right way in the ring next week. I cannot wait because he's gonna do a song. Is it gonna be a rap song? Are we gonna get a rap battle? Like here, okay. So if you are into hip hop at all, are they gonna try to play on all the beef that's going on right now in hip hop? Are they gonna do something like that? I'd love to see it. Conrad said we need a song battle or something. I think so. What if we got a freestyle like battle rap, something like that in the ring? I would like that. So George Iceman is out there bringing out Ash by Elegance. Oh my God, Conrad! I heard that one. I was like, man, Quavo, you got to throw hands at this point. Like, there's no rapping that can happen after that. You got to see me. Man, he destroyed too. Ash by Elegance coming down to the ring for her fifth match in TNA Wrestling. So, uh, yeah, Conrad, he destroyed him, man. Yeah, Drake and Kendrick beefing right now. J. Cole and Kendrick. Rick Ross trying to get everybody. I don't know. Heather saying somebody needs to get poor Tom an apple box. He looks short in comparison to Ray Walt. Darius and Quavo, get up, Craig, get up. Yeah, for real. Brandon is distracted. Can you imagine going to the doctor and saying, I have a groin injury? How did you get that injury? Someone twerked very aggressively on me. That's wild. That's wild. I'm looking forward to whatever it is though next week. Joe Hendry. He says he's gonna apologize. So we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, Metro and Drake. Yeah, Metro and Future and everybody against Drake and Kendrick and whoever else. So Xia Brookside coming down to the ring. So here we go. We're getting this matchup right now. Xia Brookside going up against Ash by Elegance. Oh, James Chadwick. There's a lot that I would say, but I'm going to be good today. So who's your pick, folks? Who's your pick in this match? I have a feeling I know where most people are going, but who's your pick? Xia Brookside or Ash by Elegance? Oh, forearms being traded back and forth. Xia Brookside taking Ash down, delivering the knees over there into the corner. Xia Brookside is really in control, beating Ash by Elegance down right now, down in the corner. She was about to deliver another knee, but missed because Ash by Elegance moved and then delivered a clothesline. And now she's posing for the crowd, blowing kisses and all that good stuff. She just did a handstand elbow drop. I've never seen that before. That was pretty creative way to use your athleticism and training, I will say. James Chadwick saying I'm legally contracted to go for my fellow Brits. Hey, nothing wrong with that, James. Nothing wrong with that. I really like Xia Brookside though. I think she's got a bright future. Um, depending on, I mean, who knows? She may stay for a year. She may stay for a little longer. But I really like her as a part of the TNA Knockouts division, and I think I think she fits very well. But I think she'll have an opportunity to get to the top and get that title at some point. I'd love to see her win that title. Um, right now, Ash by Elegance kind of taking control in the match, delivering some forearms over in the corner. Referee is counting, saying, "Hey, get back! I got the 5. It's time for you to move now." Ref saying, "Keep it out of the corner." Ash going for a clothesline, but Xia Brookside dodged it, but she did not dodge that boot right there. Oh, Xia to the outside of the ring. Big right hand there from Ash. Oh, big shoulder into the stomach there, and Ash just kicked her. Ooh, and a handstand flip and elbow. Um, Andreas, it's gonna be okay. I promise. Showing that athleticism off, delivering that delivering that elbow. Whew, cover there for Ash by Elegance. She only got a 2 count, but now she's just raining down those fists on Xia Brookside, going for a cover again, but only gets a 1 this time. Way to choose there, Brandon. Way to choose. Way to choose. Oh, Ash dragging Xia down by her hair. Quick cover here from Ash, but only 1. Ash going for another one, gets a 2 that time. She's getting a little frustrated, letting out her screams. Xia Brookside gave her a kick, but I don't know if she meant to, and she's getting choked now for her error, we'll say. Hush, please. You want me to hush? I'll hush. That wouldn't be very entertaining or cool. I don't think for me to hush, but um I know you're not talking to me, but this I'm just joking. I know. I know. Oh, knees to the back of the head from Xia Brookside while Ash is over in that corner kneeling down. Zaya's got the control right now going up to the top rope. She's perched. Crossbody. 1, 2. Oh, Ash just gets out of that. 2 count there for Xia Brookside. I thought she might have gotten the 3. Uh-oh. Had some near falls there, but Ash ended that real quick with a kick, dumping Xia Brookside to the outside and telling the referee to count her out. Oh, Iceman gave some brass knuckles there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Roll up 1, 2, 3. Xia Brookside, the element of surprise, while Ash by Elegance was distracted when she was arguing with the referee over the whatever that was that Iceman gave. Xia Brookside picks up the win there. Xia Brookside with the win. I feel like that's a big win for her. A good win for her. The ballot box battle is coming up. RK Shuttleworth saying had to be that kind of win, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I mean, they're trying to keep Ash looking a certain way but also not hurt Zaya's momentum. The Rascals. against everyone backstage. So it looks like Trey Miguel got a lot of votes, but also Ace Austin. So maybe Ali's saying we should just cancel the whole thing. Santino saying, take it easy. Let me think about it. Got to have a runoff next week. So the winner of Trey Miguel versus Ace Austin will go up against Mustafa Ali or Mustafa Ali at Under Siege. That should be really good. Should be really, really good. So now we're gonna see destruction in the way of Sami Callihan versus the Good Hands. I'm honestly surprised they didn't go a little bit further with the election stuff and really play into today's political climate, but I'm glad where they left it. So I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'd like to see all three in a match against each other, but that'll be good next week. We get Ace Austin and Trey Miguel, and the winner goes up against Mustafa Ali. So I'm really happy about that. The next pay per view is next Friday. It is Under Siege, and no, Steven Seagal will not be there. Not that we're aware of, but he may make an appearance one day. But he won't be there next week in Albany, not that I'm aware of. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Getting some good matches added to that card. Deanna saying they're about to get these hands. Yes, yes. Sami Callihan making his way down to the ring. Sami Callihan. James Chadwick saying, rip good hands courtesy of the Death Machine. Yeah, let me know who you got in this one. I think I know where most people are going to go, but let me know. Let me know who you got. Mr. Majestic saying, should TNA bring back the TNA Grand Championship? You know what? Here's what I'll say, Mr. Majestic. I think sometimes less is more, and it makes every championship matter. Right now, is he going to give him a paper cut? Yep, paper cut. He just tore up the paper and threw it in the air and said wrestling. That was awesome. Yeah, that's true. I think Heather saying thing is Sami is still a free agent. He will work for TNA and MLW. Honestly, I think we're going to see more of that going forward. I think that those two companies will work together a little bit down the road. But I think we'll see more of that. Um I think we'll see more talents kind of going back and forth between the companies. Um Christopher saying Sami Callihan for the win. Sammy's on the outside right now, trying to make it back in before that 10 count. Conrad saying, I agree with Jeff, less is more. Yeah, I just think sometimes just adding titles for the sake of adding titles, just to give, more people an opportunity to carry a title, it waters down the meaning and the importance of a title. So if you've got two or three, it means getting there matters more. Whereas if you have 6 or 7, it's like, okay, well, if I can't get this title, I can go after this one now, or I can find an. I think less is more. I'm more of a less is more kind of person. I do think that companies should add a mid card women's title, but for different reasons. Not just giving people titles, but to create more storylines. Sami Callihan with the win. While I was finishing my thought there, but I think creating a mid card title does a lot. It exposes more of your card to promos and really developing their character and doing more to establish who they are um, along that run, who they are as a champion and who they are when they're chasing for a championship. So yeah, we do need more Allen Angels. I agree with that. Um, yeah, Mr. Majestic saying the TNA Wrestling MLW partnership and possible joint events would be great. I think even if you had them kind of going back and forth in terms of establishing things on the various shows, that'd be good. Um, Sami Callihan with the win there. Josh Alexander and Frankie Kazarian talking in the back. This should be good. He tells Macklin, I don't like you and I don't trust you. Macklin saying, I have every right not to trust you like you don't trust me. Santana's a problem for him. Frankie saying, let's wash your back so you don't stab me. We might have a little alliance building between Frankie and Macklin, which is interesting. Yeah, John Kessler, that's a good point. I think she was doing that too. Akira versus Crazy Steve, Ricky Shane Pay. Oh my gosh. Sign me up. I'm there for it. I really am kind of upset that I'm not going to the show next week. Kind of irritated with myself, to be honest. Jordan Grace will have quite a match next week for the title. Albany, New York, the site of Under Siege at the Washington Avenue Armory. PCO and Jordan Grace versus Steph Delander and Khan. The System with Alicia Edwards versus Nick Nemeth and Speedball Mountain. Hammerstone versus Jake something. These are all matches for Under Siege, and then we'll have the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Spitfire, the champions, going up against Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich. Ryan Nemeth is in the house, there to support Nick, his brother. trust the system. If I do go next weekend, I can tell you one thing I'm getting. I'm getting a system shirt because I gotta have one. Yep. Little Silver, thank you for joining from Twitch, saying it's official as announced earlier today. Mike Santana is signed to TNA Wrestling. Yes, that's we chatted about that a little earlier. Thank you for joining us. Nick's brother, so to support him, maybe he's in talks to land a deal with TNA. Is he still under contract with AEW? I don't know. I don't know if he is. Do you? Let me ask you guys this: since we know we're getting Spitfire versus Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich, do you think this is how Alicia gets a championship? Let me know. Conrad, so he is still under contract. Okay. All right, folks. Before we get to this match, just want to say again, thank you all for joining us this evening. If you don't mind, drop a like on the video. Let's get those likes up. That helps us out when it comes to video suggestions for people that are looking for wrestling content and so forth. But drop a like, leave a comment on the video. Let us know what you thought about tonight and what matches you're looking forward to most on the card for Under Siege. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell so you know when we have future content. And we're dropping some clips this week from our interview with Kyle Scarboro. So if you're a Bray Wyatt fan, you probably know who Kyle Scarboro is, but he drew much of the concept art for The Fiend and um, really is a talented tattoo artist and just a great guy. Has been on the channel many times before, but check that video out. It's on our channel now. Um, and we'll drop clips the next few days, so be on the lookout for that. So thank you all for joining us this evening. Like I said, I greatly appreciate it. Riding solo tonight, but the time has really flown by. So um, let's see. He can't discuss his contract status, so he's not saying okay. Um, TNA would be his best option, in my opinion, says Conrad. Yeah, I hadn't seen him. I mean, I hadn't really seen him doing much, and I don't get to watch Ring of Honor as much as I'd like to. Um, Most times I'm catching up on Dynamite the next day or the day, a couple days after. So I don't know. But yeah, Eddie Edwards just kind of gives Nick a tap. Nick takes exception to that and shoves him. Now we're going to get a shoving and slapping match. Eddie Edwards delivers a boot to the midsection. Crowd letting Eddie Edwards know that he's not on the Christmas card list, telling him he sucks. Nick Nemeth gets that shoulder block from Eddie Edwards after a reversal off the ropes. Big shoulder tackle there from Nick Nemeth. Think about that super kick, but Alicia Edwards getting involved, and that's the danger when you have the system down ringside. It's going to be very difficult to beat the numbers game. So, Little Silver saying, I love the Palms Arena. They have the shows should be new. TNA Impact Zone looks better than the other arenas they've been in. I'll say this: I'm interested to see how they set up Under Siege next week because the Armory is a smaller venue. but I think it looks pretty good on TV. I think the way that they set it up the last time that they were here for Bound for Glory, it really looked good on TV. So I'm looking to see how they do in that type of size venue, because I think it's all about layout and how they can make it really pop on TV. I think that's the live experience for a TNA Impact show is so awesome because of the talent. And one of the things that you hope comes across is the production and how they have the layout done. And I feel like this is a pretty good layout, but I'm interested to see how they do next weekend with Under Siege here and in the tapings next week. So um Heather saying sorry, but I'm digging Nick Steel Panther gear. He looks like he came out of an 80s hair metal video. Yeah. Yeah, he does. Eddie Edwards with a cover, one count. Eddie Edwards is frustrated right now. Very frustrated. Ryan Nemeth leading a chant, leading the crowd. Eddie Edwards with a vicious clothesline and a 2 count there, but Nick Nemeth kicks out. Fans not feeling the system. They're saying the system sucks. Oh, I gotta watch that. They're showing matches from the Windy City Riot. I gotta watch that. Eddie Edwards, that snap suplex there, dropping that knee to the head of Nick Nemeth. 2 count for Eddie Edwards. Crowd saying you can't wrestle to Eddie Edwards. Wow. Nick with a kick to Eddie, throws him into the turnbuckle. One turnbuckle, two turnbuckles, drop kick. Brian Myers gets up on the ring apron. Eddie Edwards tosses Nick Nemeth over the top rope. Took a tumble out onto the floor. Heather saying, I can't imagine Nick surviving against somebody like the Stone Pitbull. James saying, did you see Tanahashi say he is envious of WWE on how quick they can create stars? I didn't see that. Send that to me, James. Yeah, send that to me. Chops there from Nemeth, but Eddie delivering that knee to the midsection. 2 count there for Eddie Edwards. They're talking about how long it's been since Nick has held a world championship. 11 years. Eddie Edwards was trying to deliver that shoulder into Nick Nemeth into the corner, but Nick moved, and now Nick is picking up a little momentum. He's gaining back some of that momentum. He's dropping those elbows on Eddie Edwards, repeated elbows. Looks like he's going to give him 10 of them. Trevor saying, do I think Jacob Fatu joins the bloodline? I think he may be opposite of them. I call me crazy, but I think he may be opposing the bloodline. I don't know though. Nick was about to go for that famouser, but Eddie Edwards ducked it and gave him a chop instead. DDT from Nick Nemeth. Covered him 1-2, and Eddie Edwards just gets that shoulder up. Thank you, James. Yeah, I know we shouted out Swerve Strickland, but I also want to shout out Trick Williams for a couple different reasons. He's from South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. We won't talk about the college he played football at, but no, I'm just playing. He played for the South Carolina Gamecocks. But yeah, new NXT champion. So kudos to Trick Williams, who's been on a meteoric rise, we'll say, in the wrestling business. Um, so yeah, Deanna's saying I think Fatu is going to be with Solo and Tama. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're thinking about it, and again, I want to keep the focus here on TNA because we are getting a heck of a match. But if you think about it, if Roman is going to be in one camp and you got Solo having another camp, who's going to be with Roman? Eddie Edwards and Nick Nemeth on the top rope. Superplex from Eddie Edwards. Tiger driver from Eddie Edwards 1-2, but Nick just kicks out just before 3. That was a close one. That was close. Man, Nick Nemeth was able to kick out of that one at the last possible moment. What do I think about Mercedes messing up Willow's? I think we'll talk about that Sunday too, but I think is fitting given their history. Super kick from Nick Nemeth in an Olympic slam, only a 2 count though. Man, DRO saying I think Jimmy and Jay are going to be with Roman when he comes back. Little Silver saying Seth Rollins, as reported earlier this week, will be out for 8 months. Had to have surgery this week. Yeah, I hadn't heard a timetable. Torn meniscus. Okay. Back and forth here between these two guys with the chops. Now Eddie Edwards getting the best of Nick Nemeth. Headbutt by Nick Nemeth. Was going for danger zone, but Eddie went for a Boston knee party, and both of them clotheslined the other. So both guys are on the mat. Brian Myers talking a little trash to Ryan Nemeth. Now Ryan Nemeth wants a piece of him. Is Jimmy out for 8 months? No, somebody said Seth was out for 8 months. John saying this is a great main event. Yeah, a lot going on. Boston Knee Party. 1, 2, 3 for Eddie Edwards. Defeats Nick Nemeth with some shenanigans, we'll say. Eddie Edwards with the win over Nick Nemeth. Oh, Jimmy was hurt too. Wow. Moose coming down and causing a little bit of a distraction, much like the rest of the system. Moose need Nemeth needs some backup right now because Moose and the system are putting the boots to Nick Nemeth. So who's gonna come and assist Nick Nemeth? We're getting chairs involved now, so somebody's got to come out and help. They're trying to hold Ryan Nemeth back. They got a steel chair around the neck of Nick, and Moose just hit the. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. Speedball Mountain out there. Ryan Nemeth finally able to get into the ring. Heather says, well, that drops it down to a 8.75. So yeah, folks, start thinking about your scores for tonight. We'll see if we get anything else here. I don't think we will, but um let's see. James Chadwick saying finally out comes Trent and Speedball. Bit late, fellas. Yeah, for real. They were real late. So the system standing tall at the end of the night. Nick Nemeth kind of just rolling around there in a lot of pain. 8.75 says Deonna. Yeah, get your scores in. Get your scores in. We'll kind of wrap up the night tonight. James saying F the system. Um, let me know your thoughts. I thought that overall, I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed the show. Um, I thought we had some good matches. I kind of wish we got another knockouts match. I know Barry said that earlier. But we'll see. I wish they would have done a little bit more with the knockouts tag storyline, but just just my opinion. Marvin saying 8 out of 10. Um, let me ask you this too. While you're coming up with your scores, I want two things from you. I want your score for tonight, and then I want your match of the night. So let me know score for the episode and match of the night. Yes, we'll be here for Between the Ropes on Sunday. So Joe and I will be here for that. So yeah, come check us out on Sunday. We'll have a lot to talk about as always. So um, but I felt like let's see. Damien saying I give the show an 8.5 out of 10. Get some rest, Jeff. I'll be back on Sunday. I'm gonna try. It's been kind of tough lately to get rest. So 8 out of 10 for Christopher. Heather saying I get why they keep beating Nick down, but come on, he needs some wins under his belt to get back into title contention. John saying I score tonight's Impact 9.25 out of 10. That's a strong score there, John. Swag fan saying 8.5. Yeah, let me know what your match of the night was too, folks. I think for me, although the main event was pretty good, I might have to give match of the night to Frankie and Josh. That was that was a heck of a match. So, um, Derek, you are too kind. Derek saying 10 out of 10 for the host. You're too kind. I appreciate it though. Um, let's see. James saying 8.25. It was a good show. Expected a bit more, to be honest, especially coming out of Rebellion. Match of the night for me is Kaz versus Josh. Um, let's see. Mr. Majestic saying, hey, you did an excellent run in your solo run. Hope, uh, excellent job in your solo run. Um, hosting this TNA Impact Watch Along tonight. Hoping TNA Wrestling returns to Atlanta, Georgia at the Center Stage Theater later this year. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope they hit that kind of southern route based on some things I heard. I'm thinking that might be the case. Um DRO saying 9 out of 10 my favorite match was the main event. Agreed. Marvin saying Josh versus Kazarian was the match of the night. Christopher agrees with that. Main event was great, but I'm going to choose Ash versus Xia, says John. Mr. Majestic saying you all have a blessed rest of the night and rest of the week. Same to you, Mr. Majestic. Have a good one. Um, Damien saying I agree with you as well. Frankie versus Josh was match of the night. Um, Swag fan saying definitely come to the South. Barry Monkey, I'd go 8 out of 10. I'm not sure on the match of the night. Probably Nemeth versus Edwards. Yeah, I thought it was a good night. I thought that we got some good matches. Um, I felt like we didn't get a lot um, from Rebellion, but I think this is kind of the, I don't want to say downside, but maybe it is. Maybe that is the right word. But I think this is sometimes the effect of having to turn around and do another pay-per-view essentially in a couple weeks after a big event. And I think sometimes instead of letting things kind of breathe and play out or follow up on some things that happen at Rebellion in a different way, you're kind of trying to move right away from that so you can set up your next pay-per-view. Um, so I think for me, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 tonight. Um, I thought that it was, a good night overall. But I do feel like they kind of rushed some things, and we didn't get follow ups to a couple things from Rebellion. Would be my only criticisms. I'll just go 8.5. I think next week's going to be good leading up to Under Siege. I think Under Siege is going to be good, especially with the matches that we've had announced already. So yeah, I'm excited for next week. Let's see. James saying 9.5 for a little silver. James says that is a massive issue. They need to try and balance that out because currently it's not working. Wow. Andrew is pretty upset about security guards in TNA. Barry Monkey saying, I really want to see Xia Brookside wrestle better wrestlers. She's really good, but can't show it. So let me ask you this, Barry Monkey. Who do you think right now on the roster is a good opponent for Xia that you feel could help bring out some of um, that ability that she can showcase a little more? Who's someone that you'd like to see her on a program with? John Kessler saying, have a great day tomorrow and weekend. You too, John. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Little Silver saying, and you heard what they said on commentary. Ryan Nemeth was a guest of TNA, so you got to think. I don't know. Don't know if his contract is coming to an end in AEW. Not sure. Not sure how much longer he has with them. Um, let's see, Masha, Kelly, Jody Threat, Danny Luna, any of those saying Barry Monkey. Zaya versus Tasha versus Giselle versus Steph Delander saying James Chadwick. So yeah, I mean there are matchups. I think I think it might be time to move past the Ash thing pretty soon. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciated all of the conversation and ideas and opinions out there. Please know I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully we'll have you back on Sunday. We'll be here for our Between the Ropes show at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join Joe and I on Sunday as we talk about the week that was in wrestling. Tazzy saying, "What's going on, party people?" Tazzy's doing it. Is the draft? Are you still doing your watch along for the draft, Tazzy? Um, if you guys are up for it, go over and join Tazzy for the draft if he's still going. Got a lot of in terms of drafting this week. Swag fan saying, "Great job, Jeff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that." I try to do my best, so hopefully I didn't screw it up too bad. But thank you all so much for the kind words. So, um, yeah, Tazzy, let me know if you're still doing that. If you're still doing your stream. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. So, like I said, we'll be back on Sunday for Between the Ropes at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Little Silver. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, everyone, for your kind words. I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll be back on Sunday to talk about the week that was in wrestling, and we'll have some grievances probably and all of that good stuff. So come check us out on Sunday at 8:30. But until then, folks, have a great rest of your evening. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll hopefully see you on Sunday night. So until then, we'll see you soon. Take care and stay safe. And doggone it, be kind to one another. Be kind to people. All right. All right, folks. Well, have a good evening, and we'll see you soon. See you Sunday. Take care.